How do I know someone does not have ADHD? Part of my job as a therapist is diagnosing and treating mental health conditions, but an equally important part is ruling certain conditions out. Knowing what someone doesn't have is just as important as knowing what they do have. Today, I want to share how I rule out ADHD, especially when I'm on the fence whether someone actually has it or not. The first indicator that tells me someone does not have ADHD is that the symptoms only show up in one setting. Someone could look like they have all of the symptoms of ADHD in one environment. They might be scattered, unfocused, interrupting others, unable to complete tasks, but if that only happens in one place, it tells me that the environment is the problem, not ADHD. For example, if a kid is extremely well behaved at school, focuses really well, completes all their schoolwork, and then comes home and suddenly they're all over the place and they can't focus and they interrupt everyone and they're super impulsive, but none of that shows up at school or in other environments, I'm going to start looking at the home environment. However, if the symptoms do show up in two or more settings, so say at home and school, and they meet the rest of the criteria at the right frequency, then it's much more likely that they do have ADHD. The second indicator someone does not have ADHD is the word often. Most of us can identify with ADHD symptoms to some degree. It's human to get distracted or to interrupt someone here and there, but in the criteria for ADHD, the key word is that these symptoms happen often. As a clinician, I interpret often as more than 50% of the time, so the majority of the day. So, to truly meet a symptom, it has to be happening most of the time. If someone often interrupts others, they are interrupting through most conversations. If someone often gets distracted, they are losing focus more than half of the time. If a task should take 30 minutes, they are distracted for more than 15 of those minutes. If some of those symptoms or other ones related to ADHD only happen once in a while, that is just being human. So, those are indicators that help me rule out ADHD. I hope that helps.